मतलब 10 दिन लगा दिए, 15 दिन लगा दिए, बट जब पोस्ट करने की बारी आएगी वी वोंट गेट द रीच. बट देयर इज समथिंग वी विल थिंक सो स्पॉन्टेनियसली कि आज ऐसे करके ये करके शूट करके 2 मिनट में डाल देते हैं. Something we'll think of and that just blows up. Bottom line is कि it also, you as a team, as a marketing team, you need to know that what is noise and what is legit a customer feedback. So when we were not spending, I would say, monetary like amounts and doing those barter deals, our first and foremost criteria would always be, I think, quality of content. Marketing is a very evolving and adapting thing in nature, right? Like it keeps changing every day, every week, every month. Now with Instagram and all these like platforms, the algorithm is changing so quick. So to
So, welcome to another insightful episode of our marketing podcast. Today, we have the pleasure of diving into the fascinating world of branding and marketing with the visionary behind House of Chicken Curry, Akriti Rawal. From the inception of this cultural gem to its remarkable journey in the industry, get ready to uncover the secrets behind House of Chicken Curry's success. Welcome, Akriti. So, it takes years to make an overnight success. Please tell us about those years and about the inception of House of Chicken Curry.
Hi, Aksa. Firstly, thank you. Thank you so much for having me and for the wonderful introduction. And it's honestly, I'm really excited to have this conversation, and I hope I can add value to whoever is watching the show.
Right.
And yeah, to answer your question, the years of journey, I mean, I don't know where to start from because I ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I think it goes way back to when I, as a child, dreamt of having my own brand. But yeah, I mean, to cut it short, House of Chicken Kari has been founded in 2020. My mother is my co-founder. In October 2020 is when we launched, and it's been now more than 3 years into business. And we started from the basement of our home, just the two of us, and we would be doing everything ourselves at that time. And we had literally had no one else in our team, just the two of us and another member of our team, Radhika, who's still there. Three of us, and today we are a team of 100 plus people, and we've come out of a home, we have a proper office. So it's been a very interesting journey. Our most recent, like our biggest milestone, I would say, has been coming on Shark Tank India season 2 and raising funding from
Right.
Aman Gupta and Piyush Bansal, who are also our investors now. So that's like a little brief about our journey. And yeah, that's it.
So happy for you. Every you're fulfilling every small business dream, right? So, how does the House of Chicken Curry strategically incorporate the cultural legacy of chicken curry into its branding efforts?
Yeah. So, chicken curry is what we stand for, obviously, like that's in our name. And to just go back a bit, when I wanted to start a business, I was really trying to find the product that I really wanted to, like, take out to the world, because I was very sure that I want to do an online e-commerce D2C business. I just didn't know what product. So I kept finding for 6 7 months, and I kept researching. I didn't really find the product until I came across chicken curry through my mom. And when I saw it, I just, like, I think it was just like I fell in love. Like I think it was just that moment that she showed it to me, and I was like, how has someone not taken this story to the world? Right? That was exactly the thought in my head. And it's because I was finding a product, but a product with the story just makes so much like everything so much like more meaningful, I feel,
More compelling also.
us even for us as founders. Like it makes our impact and it makes what we're doing more meaningful, because there is a very deep story behind the skill and the artisans of India. And I think it makes more meaningful for the consumers to actually use it and then be attached to their roots. So that was always why I think I fell in love with chicken curry. So it is definitely, which is, it is something that you would see in everything that we do. Of course, like along the way we may innovate and add other art forms, or that is something, which is a longer conversation. But I feel for now, uh, you would see it in every little thing, like even our packaging. It's the courier bag that we have, it's everything related to chicken curry shown in a modern format. So that is exactly what we stand for. Even so, like, like they're very cool elements. We have like a modern Noor Jahan made on our courier bag. So we're trying to blend the artisanal, traditional art form and bring it to a modern audience, a younger audience. Even like we try to educate as much as we can on our social media as well. Like we try to show the back end of how the stitches are done, what the process is. And there are obviously certain people who don't know what chicken curry exactly is. So one curry garment passes through at least 20 to 25 hands before it reaches like the final customer.
Oh,
And yeah, so there's so many steps, right? There's like fabric, then there's cutting, then there's stitching. After stitching, there's chapai. After chapai, there's embroidery. Then there's washing. Then there's finishing. Then there's labeling. Then there's finally coming to my warehouse. And like after that, we dispatch. So there's members in our team. So it's just such a like it's a process which has so many hands involved. And I feel it's such a beautiful art form that we try as much as we can to educate people that what you're getting is actually like truly unique, because so many people have actually put in their hard work and they've touched that product that you're wearing.
right. I didn't knew this. This is so. Oh, okay. So, could you detail the marketing tactics employed by House of Chicken Curry across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to effectively engage the target audience?
So I think two things have been really important to us since our inception, and the first is our content on social media. We did not have enough like funds when we started out to spend on paid ads. So all I did honestly, there was no team also. So I would just shoot content on mom, on like keep garments on the floor, and like just make a mini setup and do it myself. So that is how we started. That is how we got the initial traction. And I think it's somehow now become very like important to our brand, our community. We have close to 323K followers today, and we want to grow it even more, because I feel now we look at it as a community more. And we get to know so much what they want, what they don't want, what they're liking,
Right.
what they're not liking, where are we going wrong, how can we improve our experience. So I think that content building, and then second, focus on community, both the things are very important to us. And I think then influencer marketing, of course, is something that we really also do a lot. I think that is something that has helped us early on in our journey build the trust among customers, because we were very new and no one would honestly trust us if they didn't see anyone wearing it or
Yeah.
purchasing it. So influencer marketing really helped us build that initial trust.
Okay. So, what criteria does House of Chicken Curry consider when selecting influencers for brand, like representation, and how does this align with its marketing goals?
So to select influencers, honestly, it I mean, if you keep the budget aside, because of course, I think for budget comes into play after everyone's reached a certain scale. So before we were not spending, like we were trying to do more barter collaborations. We were trying to do, I would say, more mutually beneficial deals with micro influencers who also want to grow along with us. So when we were not spending, I would say, monetary like amounts and doing those barter deals, our first and foremost criteria would always be, I think, quality of content, like a quality of content and the perception of the influencer that you would get by looking at their page, like in the sense that say someone's Indianness coming out more, like someone being very comfortable wearing Indian clothes yet being a modern young girl is what we look to target, right? Someone who's more aligned on the Western wear side of aesthetics and things may not be the right fit, because their audience might not be following them for that, right? For Indian wear. So I think just certain like factors, young people, young modern girls, very open about their desiness, I would say, was one criteria, because that's what we stand for, right? We're a young, modern, new age D2C brand, yet tied to our roots. So I think that is the most important thing, and quality,
Hmm.
right? Quality of content.
Yeah, definitely. That is very important. So, Meera Kapoor, the Bollywood diva, recently wore your creation. How did that collaboration come about? Like, and what impact did it have on your brand?
Yeah. So Mira's collaboration was one of our paid collaborations. We actually had done a few months deal last year in 2023 with her. So there was a part of, like, certain deliverables that were obviously set by their team, and we had paid. It was a paid collaboration. So I mean, that is something, for the first time that we'd done something so big last year, and it was during the festive season. It was the first time for us, and I think it went amazing. There were a lot of people around us who really appreciated it, and I couldn't have thought of anyone else other than Mira for our first paid collab, honestly, because, like I said, that she's the perfect representation of a modern woman, but yet very desi in her own way,
Yeah.
right? She's very proud of her Indianness. Even if you see her social media, she's so proud of, like, Ayurveda she follows, or the lifestyle she follows. So that was really important to us. So, someone who understands, like, our brand, and someone who is like a representative of what we also stand for. So it turned out really well. I think it was we were all really excited. It was the first experience we had, and amazing. Like, I think like, she was the perfect fit, and whatever we wanted, or what we set out to achieve with the collab, we really did manage to get that.
And would you consider this as a successful collaboration?
100%, 100%.
Great. So, how does Chicken House of Chicken Curry navigate marketing strategies to balance traditional values with contemporary global appeal?
Yeah. So I think marketing strategies is like a very broad term, but we have to be novel and new in the way we market. Obviously, we can't have certain traditional thinking attached to that, I would say, because marketing is a very evolving and adapting thing in nature, right? Like, it keeps changing every day, every week, every month. Now with Instagram and all these, like, platforms, the algorithm is changing so quick. So to not keep trying new things is very difficult. So you have to continuously evolve, I feel. But where I think we try to be traditional is that we don't go crazy marketing so much that it leads to a burn rate for us. We try to have the profitability. We try to maintain sanity. Like, we're at the end of the day, uh, you know, running a business. So we do want to make profit so that we can continuously grow, because we are going to be using that money to, grow. So that is important to us. And I think that's where I would say we are, like, little traditional, where we're like not, like, last 2 3 years our startups are going crazy about spending money and leading to burn rates. So we're trying to, and now the scenario is changing everywhere around, so we're also trying to be mindful about that and spend on marketing, but still, like, within limits, and do more, like, targeted stuff that,
Right.
gets the right results.
Yes. Okay. So, share insights into how House of Chicken Curry handles marketing challenges, particularly when faced with controversial collections or campaigns.
uh I mean, I don't know if uh, like, we do experience controversial stuff on social media every day. So I mean, I don't know if we've received it for a campaign yet, because none of our campaign has been obviously at that scale of bigger brands that are our competition, and that are huge, like, businesses. So I think we're not there yet कि वो किसी campaign से related हुआ है हमारे साथ, but हमारे साथ रोज होता ही है. I would say, like, every day we, get slammed for something on social media. But I think bottom line is key. It also, you, as a team, as a marketing team, you need to know that what is noise and what is legit a customer feedback. So we don't, like, not listen. We look at every comment that we get, and if we are actually at fault, We do apologize. More than apologize, we work on it. We try to fix it so it never happens again.
Right.
But there is a lot of noise also, so you have to pick, right? What is noise for you and what are you going to focus on?
Mhm.
That is something that we follow. But yeah, like listening is very important. You can't just ignore social media as a brand. It's very important to listen to what the customer is saying and
Right.
where the challenge in the brand or overall experience is happening.
Definitely. So, reflect on a successful marketing campaign that went viral and key strategies employed to achieve such widespread recognition.
I think a particular campaign that went viral. Um, I just remember a few reels. Honestly, we weren't. Yeah, I mean, Mira was obviously a paid collaboration. We wanted it to go viral. So if it didn't, then we would have done something majorly wrong. But yeah, Mira did go viral, but it was a paid collab. In terms of organic content, I think uh, whatever, I think in general, I wouldn't say a particular campaign, but in general, our most viral reels and our most viral content has been what is authentic. Like we will take days to plan out content and shoot and मतलब 10 दिन लगा दिए 15 दिन लगा दिए बट जब पोस्ट करने की बारी आएगी we won't get the reach but there is something we will think so spontaneously कि आज ऐसे करके ये करके शूट करके 2 मिनट में डाल देते हैं. Something we'll think of and that just blows up. So I feel sometimes spontaneous decisions have really helped us. Being authentic in our content has really helped us. Any content that we shot on my mom, being the face of the brand has really worked for us because she's very relatable for a lot of people. Her journey to work started after 20-25 years. So I feel people relate to it, and they relate to it. So they, engage with it. And that's what I think really worked for us. And we continue to follow the same thing. We're very authentic in most things we post, and we want to post more of this authentic stuff. We don't have enough days in the week. There's so many ideas that we, think of every
Yeah.
day. But yeah, I think anything which is very relatable or authentic today, and just something that it doesn't have to be that you put a lot of thought to also, it can come spontaneously, but the basis is authenticity and relatability.
Right. So, what marketing innovations can we expect from House of Chicken Curry in the future? And does the brand intend to maintain its competitive edge?
Yeah, of course, we intend to maintain our valuation and we intend to grow it, in fact. And yeah, I mean, we have very exciting stuff planned for this year. We're trying to like innovate a lot into in our marketing and think more from a community perspective than from a product. We've always been very community driven, and I think all the innovations that we have planned for this year or our journey after, everything is like very related to how we can make our community stronger, how we can have talk to our community about things they're talking about, how we can be relatable, how we can be there present and talk about what they really want us to talk about, right? So we're all about, I think, community in the next few years.
Right. So, how does House of Chicken Curry's emphasis on fusion of elegance and comfort translate into its branding and messaging?
Fusion of comfort and elegance. So I think elegance is what chicken curry is. It is an art form that comes from so many years back. It comes from Lucknow, and it was worn by the Mughals, and तो उसकी परसेप्शन ही एक रॉयल है जो हमने नहीं बनाई है, वो पहले से ही एग्जिस्ट करती है बिकॉज इट इज अ वेरी सोफिस्टिकेटेड royal art form that was worn by emperors, and it comes from history.
Right.
And in terms of fusion, by fusion we mean we're trying a lot of contemporary silhouettes. We did some dresses. I'm wearing a shirt today, so we try to innovate on the silhouettes. Jab, I would hear my mom or my dadi or anyone talking about chicken curry, it was always this cotton ka suit you would imagine, like three-piece
Yeah.
suit with a dupatta,
Uh-huh.
that would, तो आपके दिमाग में चिकन कारी से वही आता था,
Right.
right? Like as a younger generation, you that was the perception
Mm.
in your head about chicken curry, and we're trying to now go beyond that and make people realize that chicken curry is not a three-piece suit set. Chicken curry is a three-piece suit set, it is an art form that can be taken and put into anything you love, right? So you maintain the elegance and you can put it into any modern relevant silhouette that you have.
Wow. We'd love to know about the appearance of House of Chicken Curry on Shark Tank India season 2 and the subsequent impact on brand visibility and recognition.
I think our Shark Tank journey has been truly amazing in all true sense. And I have no words. I've answered this question so many times, but I still have no words to describe what it was and what it's done to like our lives. We're blessed to even have the opportunity to like present and you know go in front of the sharks, manage to get the sharks on board and have them as active investors. So I think anyone who is who has started out or is planning to start out or is somewhere wherever in your journey. Shark Tank season 3 to ab khatam ho gaya, but I'm sure they'll open up applications for season 4 also. So please do apply because I was very against applying it. I was very scared of going and sharing everything about the business. बट इफ दैट ऑल केप्ट असाइड आई थिंक इतने बेनिफिट्स हैं, आपको इतना सीखने को मिलता है एंड इतने सारे लोग मतलब आपको शार्क्स की इतनी वैलिडेशन मिल सकती है, दैट विल गिव यू कॉन्फिडेंस एंड इफ यू मैनेज टू गेट देम ऑन बोर्ड आई थिंक यू हैव सो मच टू लर्न फ्रॉम द potential to learn is endless if you have them on board. So everyone should apply for sure and not be scared like I was. And you'll love it. Like if you have 1% also doubt that you should apply or no, I would say just don't even think and just
Go
like
for it.
blindly just apply and just sit back and wait. And if you get a chance to be ready for the, I mean, best, I would say, day of your life.
Reflect on the strategies that contributed to the House of Chicken Curry's recognition as the ET Retail D2C Brand of the Year, and also detail of the efforts that led to House of Chicken Curry being awarded the India 500 Startups Award and its implication for brand growth.
I think obviously after Shark Tank, getting the recognition was the biggest thing for us. So after we got the recognition, we got a lot of these opportunities to apply for awards, get nominated. We did present to like juries for most of them, and then finally get selected for the award. And I think I don't know what led to it, honestly. But I would say the revenue growth last year, last like pre Shark Tank and post Shark Tank was immense for us. So obviously that way, numbers were strong. And in terms of the impact, like I think it is also something very unorganized that we're trying to organize. So it is very challenging. A lot of people you would see are doing it, and a lot of people in other artisanal industries also doing it. But it is very tough. The challenging part is working with artisans to maintain quality standards is not an easy job. I think Fab India is one of my biggest inspiration. How they managed to do it at a scale that they do, it's not an easy job. Like they have, I think, set such high standards of artisanal quality in the country that like for us, for any small brand to follow, like even if we can manage to do 10% of the impact that they make and the way they do it, we're already really successful. So I feel that the reason also, like we managed to probably get these awards, I don't know, it is numbers, but it is somewhere we're taking up this challenge to make impact, organize an unorganized industry. And but I feel I take awards like as they come. I'm very happy, I'm very grateful that we did get them, but I also feel they put a lot of responsibility on our
Definitely.
head as on entrepreneurs and founders that we continue doing what we're doing, right? So getting one or two awards or five six awards doesn't make any difference to how I feel about myself or the business. I continue to work hard, I continue to work harder, in fact, because then I feel the responsibility even more.
Hmm.
And I think that's it's just a part of journey, but it's good to receive the validation of awards because it time and again boosts your confidence that you're on the right path.
Definitely. Agree. So, does House of Chicken Curry encourage discussions and debates within its team to foster creativity and innovation?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we only debate and we only want people to give their ideas. I really am one person who does not like to sit on people's head to make them do something. I am just not like that. And everyone who is in my team, who has retained in my team at least, and is with us for a very long time, knows and is very happy about the fact that I don't like to micromanage. I do give my inputs, but I expect my team to give me better inputs. And I really know that they're smarter and better than me, and hence they're here with us on our journey. And I think it's really important for anyone to just, use their creativity, not be micromanaged, so that they can have the freedom to be creative because they come up with better ideas then.
Right. Agree. So, with the launch of your podcast, how does the House of Chicken Curry integrate this new channel into its overall strategy to reach the and engage its audience?
So honestly, it's very new for us. So I don't even know if we like how much I want to say because it's still very new. But the perspective again of launching it, like I said, was that we're in the journey where we're all about community. We are not about product. We want to just focus on our community and talking about things they want to talk about. So when we were just brainstorming what should we do for Women's Day this year, this is how the idea came up. And that we should like probably launch something of our own to like speak to other women entrepreneurs who are also going through a similar journey and educate our audience, because we do get a lot of requests from our audience that they want to start something and they want to figure out how they should do it, because obviously they've been following our journey for a while now. So because they've been following our journey, they feel that they feel connected and they feel that they can get some sort of inspiration, or I would say some sort of say advice.
Insights.
I don't know if we're in the position to give advice to people yet, but like that's what the requests say, right? So they would always tell us to tell them and help them with something or the other through messages or through emails. And we thought it's like a nice way, if this is something our audience is interested in, and we are a women led brand and we can support and also talk to other women, and while giving valuable information to our community, why not? And that's how it started. And let's see, we hope to continue it, and we hope that it really leads to the long term impact on our community that we wanted to.
Right. So, Akriti, this was the last question. We come to the end of this podcast. It was a lovely having you here. So, as we conclude this enriching conversation with Akriti Rawal, it's evident that House of Chicken Curry's journey is nothing short of inspiring. From leveraging traditional values to embracing modern marketing strategies, their commitment to excellence shines through. We eagerly anticipate the future innovations and continued success of House of Chicken Curry. Thank you for joining us today.